Boys are back in town. Welcome to the Deadlock Podcast, episode number 339. Today, we are talking about WCW Saturday Night for April 4th, 1992.
The debut episode of WCW Saturday Night. They've been on the network for a long time, but it's time for a rebrand, a fresh coat of paint, you could say here, and we get a big 2 out of 3 falls main event title matches, this, then the other, WCW Saturday Night.
But before that, we had the Deadlock updates.
And updates, we have so many of them. This is the biggest week of updates I've ever seen in my life, James. Nobody has more updates than Deadlock.
Yes.
That's what they've been saying. Next week, as announced on the Deadlock After Show in the $5 and above tier on Patreon, if you missed that, you're missing out on a lot, because the Deadlock After Show is where the fuck it's at. It's double Deadlock week. This podcast, of course, dropped on Sunday, and we're going to be dropping a second podcast during this week. Yes, this very week, we're dropping a second podcast, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, don't miss it. Keep your eyes out. Look on your podcast feed every single day, because you don't want to miss it. So that will be episode 340. That will drop during the week, and then the following episode after that, episode 341, will be posted on Monday, March 9th, and that will be the Deadies episode. We'll go over all the results and the awards for the 7th annual Deadies. So, 339, we're on right now. 340, that will go up during the week. Second podcast, double Deadlock. Then, next following Monday, March 9th, Deadies episode of the pod. We're back on Mondays, baby. Speaking of the Deadlock After Show, a new after show is up after every podcast. So if you haven't been seeing that, if you somehow missed it, if you've been living under a rock, $5 and above tier on patreon.com/deadlockpw. The Deadlock After Show, we do some nonsense. We talk about some things. And lately, we've been playing some Halo campaign, haven't we, James?
It's been going well.
And I've been playing on the correct graphics.
That's right. That was always the plan.
I didn't get yelled at.
That's right.
So if you want that and more, the Patreon's the place to be. Check out the after show in the $5 and above tier. Also in the $5 and above tier on patreon.com/deadlockpw. Watch this. All of them. Watch all of them, because a lot of them have went up this week. We're catching up on the month of February, and an unreal amount of Watch This episodes are up for you to devour. So go check that up. Catch up on Watch This in the $5 and above tier. In the $10 and above tier, boy, oh boy, I didn't realize how much stuff we have done for this month. A new retro sync is up. That's the bi-weekly retro sync made by David. It is a retro sync on the Finger Poke of Doom episode of WCW Nitro from January 4th, 1999. A legendary moment in wrestling history and a legendary moment in podcast history, as we covered that many moons ago on the show. So if you're a fan of retro syncs, check out the official Deadlock retro sync on the $10 and above tier on our Patreon. Last, but certainly not least, a new series has debuted in the $10 and above tier. It will be going in place of SGH. It is The Long Way, where every month we're going to bring on a guest and we're going to have them pick a show that either means something to them, whether they went to it or they just really liked it or something like that, just something they want to specifically watch, and we're going to watch that with them. And for the month of February, the first episode of The Long Way happens to be with myself, James, and Giant Bomb's Dan Reichert. Yes, Dan Reichert making a Deadlock debut, and he chose, because he was there, WCW Slamboree 2000. Yes, indeed, the show with the triple cage match. We watched that. That should be up now on the Patreon in the $10 and above tier. Go check that out. Let us know what you think. It was a great time. We really enjoyed having Dan Reichert on that, and he was more than happy to stay up and bullshit with us all night as well. So shouts out Dan Reichert. Check him out on Giant Bomb. All the crazy shit they're doing. They do fucking a lot over there, and we do love ourselves some Dan Reichert. So go check that out. Patreon.com/deadlockpw. I mean, if that doesn't sell it to you, then fuck me.
And
he
didn't pick MacGruber.
He didn't pick MacGruber. Can you believe that? Oh my God.
He had one chance.
That's right, and he lost it. He did give me 3 copies of MacGruber over the fucking 2K trip, though. Fucking
yes.
Maniac. But yes, exciting stuff going on the Patreon, and really all of Deadlock. God, I didn't realize how much we were doing until
right.
Jesus God.
All right, let us get into WCW Saturday Night for April 4th, 1992. I believe this is the very first episode of Saturday Night ever, and I will never enunciate Saturday right.
That's okay. It's really about a feeling, and that's what WCW was all about, just bringing you the feeling of what a Saturday night would be.
Hey, dude, I'm from the South too, and like this is where WCW was from. There's no way that Ted Turner said Saturday Night. He always called it WCW Saturday Night.
SADDER. Saturday. Yeah, so from what I understand, and do not quote me on this, I believe that this show had existed for quite some time in this, the time slot here on Saturday nights was a very important one in pro wrestling, especially on Turner. This show was originally just called World Championship Wrestling, and then they decided to give it a fresh coat of paint, call it WCW Saturday Night, give it a new look, new feel, new this, that, and the other. And that's what we're checking out here, the very first WCW Saturday Night. But before we get into that, let's talk about what was going on in the world of wrestling at the time with the Wrestling Observer newsletter. From the Observer, March 30th, 1992, everyone's on steroids. Every steroid scandal ever is happening right now.
Nice.
Your favorite wrestlers on steroids, all of them.
Cool.
Every company is trying to implement drug policies now because the government's coming.
Oh, right. They said wrestling is too good.
Everyone looks too sweet. So we gotta shut that down. So yeah, everyone's on steroids and then some. The Undertaker debuted in Japan. Meltzer says he'd been there a few years ago as Punisher Dice Morgan for New Japan, which was the highlight of the recently completed tour. I only know of Undertaker in Japan because I don't know if this was like a recent thing or just some pictures got unearthed, but there was just pictures of Undertaker and around a bunch of like blossoms in Japan, and it was pretty crazy looking. I don't know anything about his actual work there though.
See, I'm the opposite. I know everything about Punisher Dice Morgan. I just don't know anything at all about the Undertaker. Yeah.
So he's like up there, like he's is that like a hidden gem, or like everyone knows about Punisher Dice Morgan?
Well, I don't really know what other people would think. I only really know what I think, and I think that he was a wrestler around that time for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
In like 1992 area, right?
Just sometime around there, sure thing.
Okay, that's cool. We should like watch those, or can we not? Are we not like? Is that just like a underground?
You can
thing?
watch whatever you want at any time.
Okay, like with you,
like
I was
nobody's
like, we could watch it.
stopping you from consuming media whenever you want.
Well, that's awesome.
Right?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I might have to do that. The Berserker is getting a big push on the tour in Japan as a Bruiser Brody clone, and I put this down here because. Yes, of course, that's what he's getting pushed as. What else? A guy that looks and dresses and does everything like Bruiser Brody, they're not going to push him as Andre the Giant.
Right. Yeah. Is this in WWF or Japan right now?
This is Japan as well.
Oh, okay. Sure thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, Bruiser Brody was his friend. And, of course, Bruiser Brody passed away, and Berserker thought that he could pay homage to his friend by continuing on the gimmick. Of course, it makes it to the WWF, where I think he doesn't understand the rules of at least the Royal Rumble.
Or any match. He's like the count out guy, right?
Yeah, he would throw you out and count you out, right? Which on paper you think he would be awesome at the Royal Rumble. For some reason he wasn't.
He was super not good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is very nice. If I die, would you take over being me as a homage?
Yeah, I mean, what would I even take over though? Like wear the bandana?
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Okay, yeah, I could rock that.
The new look television shows begin for WCW for the new WCW Saturday Night on April 4th with a format similar to Primetime Wrestling. The first show of that format was taped this past week, and let's just say there is room for improvement. There's a lot of controversy. This is Meltzer saying that, by the way. There's a lot of controversy over switching from the wrestling format to a talk format for a show that has been an 18-year tradition and built-in audience with a wrestling format. The major angles will be switched to Worldwide Wrestling with the new format with Jesse Ventura starting on April 11th. In this way, they are basically copying the WWF, where the major angles are run in syndication and the cable shows are more a talk-oriented format with lots of repeating the key issues. The syndicated worldwide show will generally be taped on Friday nights because it fits in better with Ventura's schedule. That's right, Ross, Turner. The WCW show will have 2 out of 3 falls main events and lots of out-of-the-ring features and generally one major interview of up to 5 minutes in length per show. I mean, that's pretty much on the nose on exactly what this episode is. Before we fully watched it, I was talking to you about it. And, like Saturday night, we watched a lot or Saturday's main event, at least, WWF. We watched a bunch of those, even, Wrestling Challenge and stuff like that. We talked about how that was a very, like, bing, bang, boom, like, flash here, flash there, very quick segments, quick matches. Brain rot of the 80s was, I believe, how you put it, which was pretty accurate for how quick stuff moved. And this felt a lot more slowed down, a lot more, like, dialed in on, here's interviews, here's longer matches. The length of the matches on this show was what surprised me the most, honestly.
Yeah, this was a Southern comfort show. The fact that there's a lot of controversy over changing the show, I wonder how that kind of spilled into 1995 when they changed to Nitro, because that changes up everything. I mean, they changed the entire deal when they go live, of course, with Nitro going into 96 and stuff like that. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of differences here, and WCW was changing quite a bit. So I definitely wonder, as a fan, going through those years. I mean, it's a lot of changing. I wonder how fans like really felt going through all those changes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, there's options too. If they didn't like that, WWF was kind of doing, they weren't really changing too much until they were forced to, right? So
well, they were going through a downturn in business here in the next couple of years too.
Yeah, that's fucking true. I was reading also that, like, even in 92, Hogan was coming out on house shows and getting booed. And I was like, wow, everything I read, Hogan was, like, booed for a really, really long time. Super exciting news. Scotty Flamingo, his wrestling debut should be on pay-per-view here in WCW very shortly. Oh, my God. Like, talk about a boom period. A guy that's coming in to really shake things up. Scotty Flamingo, I'm a big fan. What say you?
Yeah, no, Scotty Flamingo's dope. He, of course, goes on to write for the WWF, and that's it for Scotty Flamingo. He's out of wrestling after that.
Oh, wow. You have like a way. I mean, I trust your memory a lot more. Especially stuff like Punisher Dice Morgan. I don't know anything of, so I thought I knew Scotty Flamingo. I must have him confused.
Yeah, you're thinking about Raven. Totally different dude. Scotty Flamingo's career comes to an end pretty soon.
I always think about Raven. Every time I watch wrestling, you should be asking, where's Raven? And what about Raven?
Yeah, what about him is what you should be thinking constantly.
From the Observer, April 6th, 1992, there were a lot of shakeups Monday in the hierarchy of World Championship Wrestling. Bill Shaw, the head of personnel at Turner Broadcasting and a member of the Turner Board, has replaced Jack Petrick as president of the WCW and top overseer. Officially, Petrick is said to no longer be in charge of the wrestling company because he'll be working full-time on a 24-hour cartoon cable channel that Turner is in the process of putting together.
Boomerang.
That channel? Cartoon Network.
Even better. Wow. My thought process was probably about 10 years too early there.
You were right. I mean, you were close, though.
Yeah, I remember on Cartoon Network that they would always advertise for Boomerang 24-hour cartoons, Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck do I get this? Where is this at?
Yeah, I mean, but like, yeah, this is just straight up the, this guy leaves WCW to go fucking invent the Cartoon Network, which is, by all means, gigantic.
Yeah, this is a big turning point for cartoons. I mean, we go through a golden era of cartoons here in the 90s, like the mid to late 90s. Nickelodeon jumps on, Cartoon Network, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of great...
Fox gets involved.
Yeah, WB Kids, Fox Kids. There's a bunch of stuff. We're taking animes and bringing them over for kids. Like, there's a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I mean, we grew up with that. I assume there's some stuff. I think, like, when we were in our, like, 10 years ago, in our 20s.
Sure.
Cartoons, I think, had a little bit there, too. Like, Adventure Time was getting big. Regular Show was getting big. I remember that. I remember, like, I'd be awake and, like, my boy was going to work and, it would always be Uncle Grandpa would be on the TV.
Oh, like, I don't know what that is.
I was living with a couple people at the time, and like 6 a.m. Cartoon Network, it would like switch back over from Adult Swim to Cartoon Network. And that shit was so fucking funny because like I would have Adult Swim on and then it would switch back over to Cartoon Network. It'd be Uncle Grandpa going, Good morning. Good morning.
Oh my dude, okay, I just looked up Uncle Grandpa. I do know what this fucking freak is. I've never watched this, but I know the Good Morning and I know this guy's fucking face.
Yeah, my boy would come out of the room at 6 a.m. to go to his job and he'd be like, good morning.
Lex Luger made his first television appearance on WWF Superstars of Wrestling on Saturday, plugging both WrestleMania and the debut of WBF Body Stars on Saturday morning on the USA Network. Luger, whose wrestling contract with WCW doesn't expire until the end of March in 1993. Obviously everyone knows about Luger jumping to WCW when Nitro goes on. I don't know how much I actually know about him going from WCW to WWF and also kind of fucking dealing with a shitty contract deal here as well.
Yeah, I don't know much about that either.
That's like... somehow that happened and WWF didn't lock him down for a super duper contract so he wouldn't be able to jump back the same way he was leaving WCW the first time. Like he just goes to Nitro and they're like, the dude that fucked WCW on the contract fucked us on it. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, that happens with a lot of dudes for Vince. I mean, they go through an era here, well, because WWF wasn't doing great business in the first place. So right. Trying to lock these fucking guys down. They're like, why the fuck would I do that? There's another wrestling show that's willing to pay me more sometimes. Like, right. I want to exercise my options here. It isn't until WWF really locks the shit down that they're able to get the people they want to get and lock them down long term. How many people did we see jump fucking ship during the Monday Night Wars all the time?
Oh my God. Well, that was awesome too.
It created a lot of really cool moments.
Yeah. Last few things here from the Observer, April 13th, 1992. WrestleMania 8 news here from Meltzer. The show just happened. Another point needs to be made, and that this was the closest thing ever to a steroid-free pay-per-view pro wrestling show from any company. Everyone, he says, well, I'm told there will be 2 exceptions, look to be off the stuff as compared to last pay-per-view when more than half the guys look to be on. Right now, the onus is there to stay that way and on WCW to follow suit. I just thought that was insane that, the big talking point is, wow, there was no guys on steroids on this fucking show.
Yeah, that's weird.
Meltzer says that K. Allen Fry versus Dallas Page angle has got to go. This is kind of not a big part of this show, but I have no fucking idea what this ends up with, but they do it all over this Saturday Night show. I just wanted to put here that Meltzer did not like it. From the Observer, last thing here, April 20th, 1992, the first episode of the new format WCW show did a week 2.2 rating on April 4th, which funny to see because goddamn, how many shows now would love a 2.2? Actually, maybe all of them would love a 2.2 in current day. While Main Event going head-to-head with WrestleMania did a 2.0 and Power Hour did a 1.9. I mean, wow. Those are, in 92, those were bad ratings. Crazy.
Well, in just 5 years, they flipped that sumbitch around to 8 ratings sometimes.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. Flipped the 2.2 to a... Oh, that's flip 2.2.
0.2. Oh, we fucked up. Turn around.
Whoops. Shit. Well, that is it for The Observer. Now let's talk about WCW Saturday Night's debut episode, April 4th, 1992.
All right, let's get into Saturday Night. We get a cold open here to start the show. The show starts with a very early 90s WCW logo reveal, which I can only assume was the intro to the previous show before they rebranded here to Saturday Night. And it breaks into a clip from Brian Pillman versus Jushin Liger.
Dude, okay. Again, maybe just unawares, I didn't realize, because Pillman Liger, everyone knows as the match that starts the first Nitro, which is 3 years after this. I didn't realize they were already popping off Pillman and Liger as a rivalry in 1992.
Yeah, I mean, they must have some matches here. We actually get a reference to Great Muta later also.
Yes.
Who, of course, is a juggalo.
Which we all know him as, being, Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, and the Great Muta. And the Great Malenko. Yeah, there's the funky music intro here. They show the Pillman and Liger spot. Pillman does a missile drop kick off the top, and Liger drop kicks him out of the air. I don't know if that's the Pillman classic, because the spoilers, he also does that later tonight on this show. Then the screen goes all fuzzy, and Jesse, the Body, goddamn Ventura, this man, I mean, we cannot watch a show before 1995 that does not have Jesse Ventura on it. Somehow he's in every company on every show.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura got around, Good for him.
You're damn right.
Yeah, good for him, man.
He's great too. He's actually like the role that he has here. I mean, I actually have seen way more Jesse Ventura doing commentary stuff than wrestling. I don't know how he was as a wrestler. I imagine he was good because he was over. But yeah, he's fantastic as the kind of the second guy heel jerk off here.
We watched him in a tag team match on oh my God, what was it? WWF.
One of those wrestling challenge or
yeah,
it might have been Saturday Night's Main Event where he was with it was against the fucking Hillbilly Jim family.
Yeah, right. He had a crazy outfit on.
That's one of the things I think I remember most as well.
Yeah.
He had always a plethora of colors. Yeah, so the screen goes fuzzy and Jesse Ventura comes over the screen and you just hear his voice and he says, hold on here. This ain't no way to start a new era of WCW wrestling. Give me a camera. He fucking snatches the camera from the guy and starts just showing the crowd. And he says, put on that new music I brought in. Jesse Ventura is like producer of the show. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is already paying dividends.
I'm ready. WCW's ready. Let's fire right over to the camera to my buddy, Eric Cy Sperling Bischoff. And I needed to find out who this was. Cy Sperling was the founder of Hair Club for Men. So that's...
right. Okay. Eric Bischoff, I love that Eric Bischoff is like looking to the other side. Says, let's throw over to Eric Bischoff, and he turns, hey.
He was ready.
Dude, he looks like he could be hosting Supermarket Sweep or something.
He is the most TV host. He could be on any primetime program, and this is like what a host would look like for sure.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Dude, I fuck with Whammy heavy.
Dude, I used to run through those shows. I loved them.
I don't know if we've talked. God, I don't know how much Whammy has come up on the show. Have you seen the Whammy, the Pressure Luck documentary?
No.
On the dude that like he was a super fan of Pressure Luck, and he would like sit every night and watch it with his wife, and he eventually figured out the pattern, and he like studied it and studied and studied. Then it went on the show and like ran their pockets for like so like a bunch of episodes. And then, like, they got suspicious, and there was, like, a legal situation with it. Dude, you should check it out. Yeah.
Dude, there was a bunch of shit like that, I feel like. Like, I feel like all those game shows had some sort of controversy where somebody just figured out the formula and, like, just won $1 million. I love that there were so many shows like that back in the day. Like, I like that there were so many, like, you had Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? You had the Wheel of Fortune. You had Supermarket Sweep, and like,
sure.
I don't even know. Do they really make shows like that? I guess there's like a few, right?
They do. They're actually, I don't know. Like I actually once in a while, especially when I have my parents over or really any guests over. Game Show Network is a fantastic show to just have on.
Right?
TV,
yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just like you can't go wrong. But there is, nothing that's like I don't think popping off. But there's a lot of fucking trying to reinvent the wheel game shows for sure.
I remember they brought back Supermarket Sweep for a minute, and I was watching it for a minute. Yeah. I just love that show for some reason. Just running down the aisles to get the ham. Let me get the ham. Yeah, and the beans. Let me get the.
And
let
you
me
can only
the
get
coffee
5 of them.
Beans. Yeah, right.
And if you want to get the super special fucking prize of the night, you gotta make me a bologna sandwich.
Off camera. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, that shit is fucking awesome. You know what else I like, James? The show that I enjoyed. I enjoyed a good Family Feud.
Oh, I love Family Feud. Yeah, that was awesome.
I do enjoy a good Family Feud, I must say.
What's something in your house that's big and long? A penis.
Name something you find in the toilet. Shit, Steve. Show me shit.
What's a show that sucks? Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Number one answer.
100 points. Wow, a first ever here in Family Feud.
So Bischoff welcomes us to the show from the studios of World Championship Wrestling. This is WCW Saturday Night, and here's your host, Jim Ross. There's 6 hosts on this show. JR's in the ring with 2 studio chairs, and there's a nice backdrop. It's like a set within the ring, which is a pretty cool look.
Yeah, I liked it too.
JR welcomes us to this very special edition of WCW Saturday Night. He says, you're going to see Flying Brian defend the Light Heavyweight Championship, and we'll take a look at the U.S. champion Rick Rude. We'll have a tag team match. Cactus Jack and Diamond Dallas Page will be challenged by the Fabulous Freebirds, and a 2 out of 3 falls main event. But now, I'd like to introduce the man that will be the co-host this week on the first edition of WCW Saturday Night, Jesse the Body Ventura. And the crowd, I mean, we must be in like talk show host era already, because they're going hoo, which is a big talk show thing for some reason.
Yeah, they probably had studio deals, right, where like it said on the TV to cheer or boo or whatever.
Oh yeah. So here comes Stone Cold in a bandana. They say it's Jesse Ventura.
Hey, Jim Ross, give me a hell yeah.
Sean, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to.
You're really going to like this gimmick in a few years, Jim.
They steal everything from me, Ross.
He grabs the camera and he zooms in and he says, Hulk Hogan, you son of a bitch. Just so you know, this guy's taking over the business.
This guy's taking over the business, and it looks like me.
Just wait. You'll see someone like me, and you'll know the future's coming, Hogan.
Jesse would model himself over the next star and just say, hey, "This guy's up next. It's not me, but it looks like me."
And that's the bottom line, Hogan.
So Jesse says, "I'm happy to be here. WCW is the wrestling of the future." I love that line. He says it a few times during the show. I think that, like, in 92, that probably was the coolest shit ever to hear.
Dude, especially because there was a lot of, like, idealization of, like, what the future holds in 92. Like, nowadays, everything is shit and we're fucked. But, like, in 1992...
the future's bad now, actually.
Yeah, right. In 1992, though, like, people were really looking forward to growing up and seeing what's next. Not anymore. We're cooked.
I never even thought of that, dude. The future used to be, like, super exciting.
Yeah, man. No, shit's changed for real.
Well, JR says the 2 out of 3 fall main event will be for the TV title, the former champion, the Z-Man, challenging stunning Steve Austin. And Jesse says 2 out of 3 falls match is very unique because it allows you one mistake because you can be beat and still win the match. Jesse's insight on wrestling is fantastic. He adds like so much to these shows.
Yeah, I mean, he very much understood wrestling, and he was able to verbalize it. That's a big thing. You can understand wrestling. A lot of guys can't verbalize that, but I always thought Jesse was good at it.
Dude, I mean, like, there's little things that he talks about on the show, even the light heavyweight stuff, where I'm like, damn, he puts it in such a way that, like, this feels like a sport.
Yeah, and like, I loved just how casual the conversation felt between Jim Ross and Jesse. Mm-hmm. They could have had Jesse Ventura as, like, the main host with Jim Ross every week, and it would have been awesome.
Absolutely.
So they actually spoke about the card a little bit earlier here, like you went over it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, interesting, like, group of guys here. A lot of guys that have been a big part of the wrestling business and, like, will be.
Sure,
right?
Yeah, I mean, Cactus, DDP, Rick Rude, like, it's a good mesh. It's not, they talk about the world title scene and, like, Sting and Vader and all, but this is, they had faith that even their, you know, maybe, I guess you could say mid-card guys were going to draw.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that the Fabulous Freebirds were wrestling on an episode of WCW in 1992.
Crazy. Yeah, I did not expect to see that too. Yeah, they're
early 80s team here.
Right. Yeah.
Just nuts, man.
They're still going.
Well, we get a pre-tape here. The Z-Man will be challenging, of course, stunning Steve Austin in the main event. I'm guessing at the time that they were doing 2 out of 3 falls for the mains for these so they could stick the commercials in there.
I didn't even consider that. I thought they just did it because, you know, just to have a, hey, every week you'll see a gimmick like this. But that actually makes, yours probably is way more making sense.
Yeah, I mean, now that they had the studio show and everything, like, that's something that they can very easily control. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just imagine it was something like that, especially because they were working with Turner and stuff, you know, so like,
right.
Turner's probably like, yeah, we can just put the commercials in between these falls here because he liked wrestling too, so it was probably easy.
Yeah, for sure. So Z-Man is Tom Zank, for anyone that don't know. I guess if you don't know who the Z-Man is, there's a very good chance you also don't know who Tom Zank is, but you know. That's who it is. Because we might talk about it in the WWF at some point as well. He says that the Z-Man coming at you. He's super fired up. They have, like, you know, a cool background here, very of its time.
Yeah, it's a green screen, right?
Yes, that's right. Tonight, I've got the opportunity of a lifetime. Steve Austin put the belt on the line for 2 out of 3 falls, and that means you can goof up only once. They emphasize that a lot, that, like, you know, which I don't know how many times I've heard people talk about 2 out of 3 falls in that way. Like Jesse brought it up. Like usually 2 out of 3 falls, it's people saying, I'm going to fucking run you through 2 straight and that's it. This is like, okay, listen, I can fuck up once and you can fuck up once, but that's, that's all we got. That's the difference here, which is a pretty cool way to look at it.
Yeah, one of my favorite gimmicks growing up was the Briscoes would always win the first 2 falls. Dude, it would never go to the 3rd fall.
And then Steen Erico beating him for the fucking first time was nuts.
Right? Just an easy payoff. Yeah. It was very, very good stuff.
He says, Steve Austin, I've had that belt around my waist and I've been on a roll. The tailor-made man's gone down. And I was like, who the fuck is that? This whole show was me saying, who the fuck is the tailor-made man? The Hammer Valentine's gone down. That's a awesome way to say his name. And next is you, Steve Austin. Paulie said in my business, or I'll knock your face off. I'm rocking with the fucking Z-Man.
Tailor-made man, the Hammer's Valentine's, and Steve Austin, you're going down. And Paul Lee, pay the fucking boys. What the fuck are you doing?
New York sucks. New York fucking sucks, Paulie.
You suck. We go to a pre-tape here with Stunning Steve Austin. I almost called him Stone Cold, but he is Stunning Steve Austin here. And, of course, he's in the Dangerous Alliance with Paul E. Dangerously.
There's only one man that's stone cold here, James, and that's me.
Just wait, Hogan. Once he gets this look, it's all over, buddy.
He just has to look at me in the mirror. Yeah, so Steve Austin's here. He's got the hair. He's got the robe. This is a totally different man. Like, I don't know who this is.
No facial hair.
No facial hair at all. Paulie's here. He's got the phone. And Heyman says that it's the 20th, or sorry, Paulie Dangerously, excuse me. He says it's the 20th anniversary of WCW on TBS, and who better to be in the main event than the best wrestler on TV today, Stunning Steve Austin. And Austin, again, this, I don't know his voice. Like, I can't do Austin from a voice here. He doesn't.
It's just super regular.
He doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, right.
He says, because I'm such a generous guy, I'm going to give the Z-Man not 1, but 2 out of 3 falls. But Paul, I don't think he's man enough to beat me. It's a mindfuck later because it's Steve Austin in the main event of the show, and JR is commentating it.
Yeah, right? And he's not like a super big Steve Austin guy.
Both guys are totally different.
Yeah, right. A lot changes in the next couple of years. Z-Man, I think you absolutely suck.
Z-Man, you're a piece of trash.
You want to step to Stone Cold Steve Austin, son? You better come shoot.
You put an S instead of Z, and that's what I think of you, son.
You stink like shit. What? Paulie,
hey,
you
fuck
suck.
You, Tom.
This group fucking sucks.
Wow, Ross, he's really found it.
We go to commercial and we come back. Now Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura are sitting down in the chairs. We have a CRT television in the middle, and that's actually going to be used to show footage and then zoom into it.
How cool is this shot?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. You got the set, the WCW Saturday Night, like neon logo in the back, the banners, the chair, CRT. It's so fucking 90s, it's unreal. We go to a pre-tape here. It zooms in on the CRT. We go to full screen, and we see Liger versus Pillman from Super Brawl 2.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura says that it was quite possibly the greatest match he's ever witnessed in his life.
Yeah, dude. Wow, that's a lot.
I don't know if I fucking have seen. I've we've reviewed the Nitro that they had the match on. I don't know if I've seen this one. I might have to put this down for us to watch along with Undertaker in Japan. I already forgot the fucking name.
Yeah, me too.
Punisher Dice Morgan.
You know a lot more about him than me.
That's crazy. Wow, life goes by real quick.
Yeah, right. That happens when you get older.
Jesse says that Pillman won it, but I'll tell you this, Jim Ross. I don't think we've heard the last of Jushin Thunder Liger in WCW, so they're obviously, true. I mean, super high on him already in 92, and sticks around for a minute, of course. JR says, so many great light heavyweights in WCW, but let's take a look back at Super Brawl 2, as you mentioned, James, and they show clips of it where Liger superplexes Pillman from the top and gets a 2, and then Liger heads up, goes for the flying headbutt, misses, Pillman moves and bridges up on Liger and gets a big win there for the light heavyweight title.
Huge reaction from Jim Ross here, and the crowd was super hot for it.
There's a super big push on this show, especially hey, light heavyweights kick fucking ass. This is
I loved it.
What should be looking at. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, actually, Jim Ross starts going over the division as it is.
Yeah, we're back here at the the set, and JR says a lot of great athletes competing here in the light heavyweight division. Richard Morton, Johnny B. Bad, Firebreaker Chip. Brad Armstrong is going to challenge Flying Brian here shortly. Who the hell's Firebreaker Chip?
He was a firefighter.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think he won the U.S. tag team titles at some point.
I mean, I just looked him up, and literally, it's the definition of a firefighter. He's got the hat. Like, this is wow, that's super on the nose. Okay, right.
Yeah, right.
Jesse Ventura is super fired up about the light heavyweights. He says, I'm so happy to see the light heavyweight division back in WCW because you're going to see smaller guys with unbelievable aerial tactics. These guys get to go at each other fast and furious without the disadvantage of giving up 150 pounds to a heavyweight. And I was like, that's like the best way you could put over why a division exists ever. Jesse says, they got different moves. They'd go off the turnbuckle. They're not nothing sacred in a light heavyweight bout. And JR says that Armstrong and Pillman have been partners. And how does that affect the match? And Jesse says, you can be friends outside the ring, but you can't be friends in the ring. Regardless of their friendship, when they get in there, that's when the money and the titles are on the line. You're going to see Armstrong go after Flying Brian with everything. I can't wax poetic enough about how much I love this presentation. And I will say, we get into this match here. The next match is Pillman and Brad Armstrong for the light heavyweight title. Mm-hmm. This gets time.
It does. It does get time. And it's dope. I mean, they're obviously positioning Brian Pillman as a big deal here. And they're doing a great job at it.
He's also hurt here, by the way. He's got like a fucking back dealio going on.
Dude, he is always fucking hurt.
That's also true. That might be, you could probably say that about everyone on the roster, though, right? Like, these guys are getting beat into the fucking ground. But yeah, if it, just in comparison to, we've watched a couple WWF shows, around this time. Those are all bang, 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 bang. Like, mm-hmm. if you get a 5-minute match, that's something to like write about because that's super long for a WWF TV show at the time. At this, I'm pretty like except for maybe the Rick Rude match, everything gets like time.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a name on the show, then you weren't going like 2 minutes on this.
Sure.
It was like an actual match. Brad Armstrong was a contender, right? So like they're gonna get some time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Also, I love the light heavyweight championship. This belt is so cool. It's so simplistic. It's so classic. It's got 5 plates. It's got the curled border that WCW like to use a lot on their belts. Yes. Red backing for the lettering. And it's like almost like the big gold sort of texture on the plates. Yes. Blue globe. I mean, you can't beat this. It's just super classic. Like, I love it. I love that WCW kept this aesthetic like for their belts for so long. Like, I feel like a lot of their belts like kept this for a long time, and I always really enjoyed that.
So we move on here to Brad Armstrong and Brian Pillman, as we mentioned, for the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship, and both guys are in the ring.
Yeah, so they start off things here. Pillman takes advantage early here with a head scissors and a drop kick. Something I really enjoy about matches from this era is like how definitive a shine is. Like, this is very much Brian Pillman's shine, if that makes sense.
Okay, yes.
Like, Armstrong gets up for a second, but Pillman is back with like an insane string of moves into a pin. Like,
right
Armstrong like might get something. He might get him down like with like an arm wringer or something. But Pillman's doing like, Rana fucking hip toss, arm drag. Yeah. It's built for him to get over here, right? Mm-hmm. Pillman locks in an abdominal stretch here on the ground before Armstrong makes a reversal. And then he makes Pillman miss a drop kick, and then he reverses with his own abdominal stretch there. I like that.
Dude, they were on commentary like going nuts over the seated abdominal stretch. Like, Jesse was like, oh shit, like this is something we only see Pillman do, and he just debuted it at the pay-per-view, and this is like a move that is like a game changer. I said, holy shit, the seated abdominal is like a big fucking deal here. But then I was sitting there, I'm like, well, shit, I'm buying the seated abdominal now too. Like, this shit's awesome.
Brad Armstrong heads up to the top here, but Pillman hits a standing drop kick, and Armstrong tumbles to the outside. So Pillman hits a dive to the floor here, and then he throws Armstrong back in, and he heads back up. So Pillman goes for a drop kick. Armstrong goes for a drop kick. They kind of drop kick each other.
Yeah. It's the same thing that Pillman did with Liger, which I don't know if that's like they're trying to push that like people are learning Pillman shit or what it is, but yeah, you kind of drop. It's the RVD Lynn, except one guy did it off the top.
Pillman crucifix pins Armstrong for a 2 here, but Armstrong fires back with a power slam of his own. Armstrong goes for a superplex, but Pillman headbutts him off. Pillman goes for a flying crossbody off the top here, but Armstrong rolls through into a pin for a 2.9.
That was so close. Because for a second, dude, I was like, oh, like it's the first episode of something. Maybe they would like switch the belt just for a week, you know?
I love this. I mean, he
Dude,
got
I thought
super
it was awesome.
close. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really good. Pillman follows up with a spinning heel kick for a 2 here. He goes up for a big superfly splash, but Armstrong gets his knees up, and Armstrong hits his move, the side Russian leg sweep.
That's Armstrong's move. I said, oh, shit. Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. This is it. But they are so close to the ropes, dude.
Dude, I love it being his move. Like Jim Ross says, that's his move, not his finisher. That's his move.
He's the movie. He wins with that fucking
I like
thing.
that terminology way more. Like when I hear like his finisher, I'm like, sounds like a video game or something. Like his move
is a video game thing.
Right. And that's fine. Obviously, we grew up on the video games too, and like we call it finisher and everyone calls it finisher.
Of course.
But I feel like when I'm watching the show, I can say he's doing his finisher as a fan watching, like, oh, that's his finisher.
Yes.
I don't know if the people on the show should be saying that's his finisher, you know?
That's I legit like feel the exact same way. Like, I think I accepted finisher because one, you know, like you said, we're, you know, that's what it is in the games. Like, I know move set, like, you know,
yeah,
shit
right.
like that just
yeah,
from the game. So like, I didn't know what else to say, but then, you know, JR selling this like, oh, that's his move. I was like, that is a way cooler way to say that. And, you know, we've had this discussion before about terms like that. Like, I hate when people say promo on a show. Like, it is one, but it feels like I shouldn't be hearing that, right? Like, shit like that.
So he hits the side Russian leg sweep here, but Armstrong pins him, and Pillman's foot is under the rope.
Too close. And this is like, again, I don't know who, you know, credit to whoever was the finish guy. All the finishes on this show are awesome. Like it's almost like, you know, they win because they were a vet and they knew they were in the right place, right time.
Yeah, I love the way this finish panned out. Mm-hmm. Armstrong talks to the ref because his foot was under the rope.
It's frustrating.
Pillman is able to roll out to the apron, and he hits his flying clothesline and picks up the win.
Air Pillman. That's his move.
That's pretty sweet, man. That is his fucking move.
Yeah, it gets the win, and I mean, crowd's fired up. The crowd, you can tell Pillman's getting some fucking stees here too. Like,
dude, super solid match here, man.
Yes, I actually really like this match a lot. I know more of Loose Cannon Pillman, you know, after the injuries where he wasn't really he wasn't flying anymore. Yeah, he was, you know, he was changing his style a lot more. So that's
Pillman had a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Promo guy Pillman. Like, dude, I love that stuff. But like, it's weird because same fucking vein, right? The Stone Cold that I know, or Steve Austin that I know, totally different than the guy on this show. So this WCW early stuff is like a look at how they were before they were, I guess, stars, right? Again, like I said, I really don't know much about Brad Armstrong. It's not the first time we've watched him on the pod. And
we've seen him quite a bit, actually. I feel like we've seen Brad Armstrong a few times in a few different eras.
And I think every time I probably have the same reaction of, wow, this guy's like pretty good.
Yeah, solid match. I think we probably say that after most of his matches. Yeah. Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura introduce Ron Simmons, who does a lot of work with the youth groups, and they actually bring up his time at Florida State, where they retired his jersey.
Dude, this is the most like, here's the greatest guy ever video I've ever seen. Like, I only wanted to see this guy win the world title after this, which is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, I believe this is leading into his match with Big Van Vader, right?
I don't think that happens for a second, though. This might be like the very beginning of it, because I think Sting and Vader we see at least through the summer, and then I want to say the Ron Simmons thing is like at the end of the year, if not the beginning of '93. I want to say it was the end of this year, though. So yeah, like you know, fucking they show this video. I mean, Jesse Ventura's putting him over as a huge, you know, a fantastic athlete, and they retired his number, and he's a tough. He says Jesse says he proved he's a tough guy because wrestling's a lot tougher than football. There's no pads in wrestling. JR says, all right, let's go to this video.
Yeah, let's go to this video about football real quick.
Yeah, fuck football, Jim. So yeah, this video they show, it's Ron Simmons being narrated by Tony Schiavone and showing that, all the cool shit that he did. He had an impressive career on the gridiron at Florida State with Coach Bobby Baldine, I believe it is. And,
Bobby Bowden.
Bowden, sorry. I wrote Valdine, and I knew it was with a B, and then I had it all wrong. Bobby Bowden.
Yeah, he was the coach at Florida State in 1992. I remember when I was growing up, Florida State had a couple good years too.
Schiavone says that Ron spends a lot of time working with the young people, the youth, and they show Ron speak. I mean, this is the most babyface thing I've ever seen. He's standing there in front of a group of kids, and he says, "Hey, don't do drugs, guys." And then he takes them on a school bus ride to go to a WCW show for free. I'm like, oh my God.
They're doing a great job. Yeah, this is awesome.
And then they show him working out, and he's fucking gigantic.
He's jacked. Oh man, yeah, he's awesome. He looks great.
Huge.
Yeah, that was sick. I mean, we've talked about Ron Simmons probably a lot on this pod. I mean, he's like pretty much on damn near every episode of everything we've watched throughout the years. And I mean, he's got to be one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Like, we had just talked about it. The APA run is like, I mean, it's legitimately one of my favorite tag team runs ever, like of any team. And we watched the match where he faced Big Van Vader. Fucking awesome match with a fantastic finish.
Yeah,
dude's awesome, man. No, it's awesome, and it's cool to see him in this situation here where they're doing sit downs with them and they're putting him over big here. It's sweet to see.
Yeah, like you said, so they do a sit-down interview with him. They bring him on. He comes out in a suit, comes through the crowd. Crowd's fired up, and, I mean, they put him over huge here. JR is asking him, what does it mean to be a positive role model? And he says, it's not only important for me, but other athletes and, people in general to be important role models. Lots of the kids immortalize people so much that they find out sometimes find out some things that they're let down, and it's important that parents instill in them that we're humans too, and it's important to find heroes in their own communities. I said, oh my God, like, give this guy all 6 titles, give him all the belts. I love
No, I mean, that's really good advice too, just in general.
Yeah.
Look into your communities and see who's helping who. And like, yeah, I do think that's actually really good advice.
And he talks about, he was fortunate enough to go through high school and he didn't have the best financial background in the world, but he was fortunate enough to make it through college. And he says, take what's given to you and stay in there and finish. And they go on to talk about the world title situation. JR asks him about Sting and Vader, and Ron says, I'm sure Sting's a great champion, and he worked through the ranks like everyone else when we're friends, but if the opportunity presents itself, then so be it. And, we talked about, as you mentioned, like, he goes on to beat Vader for the title, and Jesse here asks, he says, is there any key motivation that WCW has never had a black world champion? And Ron says, yeah, by all means, there's motivation. Let's be real. Life throughout history hasn't been the best for us in this country, and for me to be as a positive role model, I can't think of anything more positive than to be the first black man to wear that belt. And I'm like, thank God they didn't fuck this up, because what a fantastic story this is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And JR asks him about having to wrestle in the future. Jesse, the Body's favorite wrestler, ravishing Rick Rude. And Ron says, taking nothing away, he's a good wrestler, but one thing's for sure, he's had Paulie dangerously in his corner, and that's given him a lot of advantages. If it's one-on-one in the corner, you could see a different story. I disagree. I think Rick Rude's tremendous, and this guy's going to have his hands full. And, you played football at Florida State under Bobby Bowden. Let's tell the truth now. It's Gene Deckeroth, not Bobby Bowden there now. He's better, and he's my friend. He says that.
He says that all show. That's my close personal friend.
He's my friend, and he's better, and I like him more. Ron says, listen, if you were running a team, we would have did a lot of talking and won no games. And Jesse says, he doesn't respect. Jesse is such a shitter, man. He talks shit. Ron gives him one back, and Jesse says, yeah, well, Jim Ross, it's a good thing I'm retired and not a movie star. He doesn't even say it to Ron. What a fucking dick. JR says, well, you think the Rude Awakening can offset the power of this man? And Jesse says, I think the Rude Awakening can beat anybody if he gets it the proper way to apply it. There's nobody in WCW that's going to get up from it. And Ron says, let me ask you this, Jesse. Have you spent much time in the streets? Have you heard of a sidewalk slam? I can guarantee you he'll be in for a Rude Awakening. And Ron says, it's hard for me to show you how I'll handle Rick Rude, but or it's hard for me to tell you, how I'll handle Rick Rude, but I'll show you. And he starts to undo his tie, and I'm like, oh my God, is he going to fucking kick Jesse into his ass here?
He's going to kick Jim Ross's ass.
I wish this son I'm up in the Dominator. Ah! So JR says, oh, he's going to show us. He's going to show you. He's going to show you. I don't have a problem. And Ron takes his shirt off, and he is flexing. I mean, dude, this guy is massive. Like, this is crazy looking.
Yeah, he's in great shape.
And Jesse's sitting there, and he looks at him and says, looks good. Everything about this was tremendous, dude. Like, a long interview like this too. I think they said that that's going to be like, they're going to do a sit down with like somebody every week. That'll be kind of an extended interview. Again, super. We talked about, the WWF side of these shows. I loved how those were, but this is super cool.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this a lot. So Jim Ross follows up. He says that the Freebirds are going to get a shot at the United States tag titles against Hammerman and Taylor Made Man in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Who the fuck is Taylor Maidman? I don't. This whole show, again, I legit don't know who this is until the last 10 seconds of the show. I refused to look it up. I said, I need to know if they're going to show me Taylor Maidman and Hammer Valentine's. I even wrote here under that, who the fuck is Taylor Maidman?
Yeah, so this is where I kind of caught on. They were doing 2 out of 3 falls for the mains here.
Yes, yeah, which cool. I not a bad idea for what you said, and it's interesting thing you can advertise every week. Hey, there's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls title match every week.
We have Cactus Jack and DDP taking on the Freebirds. I cannot believe I'm looking at Jimmy Garvin run into this ring right now with Michael Hayes to do the Fabulous Freebirds gimmick in 1992. This is like nuts to me. I don't know.
Jimmy Garvin is the most 70s, 80s man I may have ever laid my eyes on. Like,
he got imported into 1992.
Dude,
yeah.
He is dripping with just juice. Like, he is so skeezy. Like,
okay, that is the exact
nuts.
word I was going to use. He's the skeeziest man of 1992.
But I love it. Like, he's the big glasses, gigantic mustache that engulfs his face. He's got this big ass hair. Yeah, this is a skeezy, sleazy guy.
That's Jimmy Jam.
Dude, Jimmy Jam of WWE 2K18 fucking fame.
Holy shit. Yeah, there was the year where they had fucking rock and roll in the game too.
Jimmy Garvin's in 17 and 18. Fucking in one of those games, he would show up so much in my universe mode, like just him by himself.
Dude, back in the 80s, they had run-ins all the time,
Yeah, dude, he looks fucking insane in this fucking game. They might not have done his mustache justice here, but
wow. I bet you back when that game came out, I said, why the fuck is Jimmy Garvin in this game?
Dude, I was definitely mad and said, who the fuck is this?
Why isn't Ricochet in the game, and why the fuck is Jimmy Garvin here?
Yeah, put Bobby Fish in the game, you fucking asshole. Get Jimmy Garvin out of this shit. Now it's the complete opposite.
Dude, it is like the total fucking opposite. I'm looking at this shit like I'm looking at randomized characters, and I'm like, so are they going to put in anyone I know? Or like, what's the deal here?
Dude, yeah, when they fucking announced that Saturday Night's main event pack in the last game, I was so fired up. I said, oh my God, Junkyard Dog, let's go.
Yeah, right? Like, that's so funny how time works like that, man.
And just so you all know, you fucking youngsters, it will happen to you too. It will.
Y'all like to think you're not going to age, and you think you're not going to age quickly. Guess what, pal? It's happening.
Time comes for us all, including you.
There's actually a guy in the crowd here with a Steamboat's Gym, Charlotte, North Carolina shirt, which I thought was very cool. I don't even know if I knew that was a thing. I think we talked about it at some point, though, where Lex Luger had also started a gym, and it felt like a lot of guys in wrestling were starting their own gyms.
It's probably a good, I don't know if grift is the right word, but I mean, I imagine, a dude that looks big putting his name on a gym will do some kind of good business for at least 2 years.
Yeah, they probably just wanted somewhere to work out too, so that was probably cool.
Yeah, I got my own fucking place.
I gotta tell you though, my expectations for this match were way different than the match we actually got.
I
thought Jimmy Garvin was gonna get dropped 12-6 on his head by Cactus Jack. I gotta be honest.
Okay. I thought Cactus was gonna be way more involved with
Me
this.
too.
I mean, he has his shit, right? But like, This is I guess I should have known when they said that they're fucking wrestling the Taylor Maidman next week that this was going to be a Freebird showcase, but with who it was, I thought, Cactus still had some steez and, DDP's coming up, but this is a Freebird fucking almost like not a squash, but it's close.
So DDP and Cactus hot start on the Freebirds here, but Michael Hayes fights back on DDP.
Because he's better.
Man, they didn't call a lick in this motherfucker.
Woo, dude. I mean, there's a couple times where Jimmy Garvin just kind of moving his body wherever it can go to figure it out.
Doesn't surprise me as the Freebirds, but I was like, wow, holy shit. The Freebirds hit a double back body drop on DDP. He lands right on his ass.
That was like, it almost made me think, wow, does this move not exist yet? Like a double version of this? Because he gets so much height, and I don't think he was able to control his landing.
Cactus slams Garvin on the ground on the outside. He goes to the apron. I'm going to guess he's going for the elbow here. But Michael Hayes punches him in the mouth.
Which, good cutoff.
So Michael Hayes goes into an international with DDP that ends when Michael Hayes just punches DDP right in the mouth.
They didn't know where to go. I don't even know if it was meant to be like an international.
Cactus comes in here. He hits a leg drop on the back of Garvin's head and quickly tags out. He said, I have had enough of this already. DDP comes off the top, but Garvin punches him in the stomach. I actually wrote down here, they're sort of struggling through this one. Right as I think that, though, Michael Hayes grabs DDP and hits the DDT to pick up the win.
Which is their move.
With everybody saying DDT. Yeah.
I will say, though, I gotta complain about one thing here. Michael Hayes did Brad Armstrong's move. He did the Russian leg sweep.
Oh, man. Have some respect.
He didn't win with it because it's not his move.
Right.
He's not as good as it, so I'll take that. But I didn't realize that Michael Hayes was a DDT guy. There's another guy.
Everybody's been saying he has been a DDT guy.
He's doing the DDT and Scotty Flamingo's about to fucking come into the top spot here. Like, what is going on?
Jim Ross introduces a pre-tape here that says the feud between Ricky Steamboat and Rick Rude has really gotten personal.
Yes, fucking escalating here.
Steamboat tried to end my fucking guy's career.
He's taking it personal. You never take it personal. Hey, Ricky Steamboat, fuck you.
Your stupid fucking Jim.
I hate dragons and I hate you.
Charlotte, North Carolina sucks.
Yeah, he says Rick Rude hasn't done anything to Ricky Steamboat to warrant what Steamboat's done to him. And Jarrett says, well, we'll show you what transpired and take you back to Super Brawl 2 and how Rude retained the championship and how the dragon gained a measure of revenge. So we go back here. Another Tony Schiavone voiceover video. Schiavone says that many thought Steamboat would unseat Rude as champion and end their feud, but the resourcefulness of the Dangerous Alliance and Rude's athletic ability prevented the Dragon from realizing his dream, which was a super nice way to say that Ricky Steamboat there was a ninja that followed him to the ring that ended up being Paul Heyman and got hit with a cell phone.
Yes. This must be that movie that people wanted us to watch.
Three Ninjas, of course, which... with everybody watching, Three Ninjas. Yeah. What the fuck? No one saw that movie.
Yeah, sorry to everybody out there in the Three Ninjas fandom. We really did not mean to disrespect you. That's our bad. We blew it.
We didn't realize there would be such an outrage.
Yeah, I mean, that movie came out a year before I was born, man. Like, by the time I was rocking and rolling, I was watching Power Rangers. Like, no way these guys could stand up to the big bad Beetleborgs.
But yeah, that's what happened. Ricky Steamboat's second ninja dragon partner hit him with a cell phone. I'm assuming that had to be one Paul E. Dangerously, which led to Rude.
It could have been anybody, really.
It could have been anybody with the phone. You never know.
Dude, that would have been funny as shit if he just started going around backstage and just seemingly everyone had this phone.
Oh, well, the future's come so fast. Why is everyone got phones?
Dude, he calls out Paul Lee. He says, I know it was you. You had the phone. And then Paul Lee says, well, I actually have about 10 or 15 people here who also have this phone. So why don't you guys come on down and you can tell me which one of these guys did it.
We'll put them in a lineup and you pick out which one hit you with this fucking phone. How about that? So yeah, Rude won because of this. He got the win, and Steamboat then wanted to face any member of the Dangerous Alliance, even though he had already had a shot lined up at the title, and ended up fighting Arn Anderson. And Ricky Steamboat threw Arn into Paulie, who was on the apron. Paulie flipped into the ring because that's how seesaws work. Ricky Steamboat then tried to 1031 Paulie, and
he really got him up there too.
Dude, he hoisted that motherfucker. Rude tries to wrap a belt around Steamboat's neck and hit him with the Rude Awakening, which was cool as shit. But Steamboat flipped out of it onto his feet and throat thrust fucking Rick Rude and beat the fuck out of him, and then hangmaned him with the belt, which is how things have escalated here.
Classic Steamboat. I feel like I've seen this dude hangman people all the time.
That's his. He goes to a territory and everyone gets one hangman angle with Ricky Steamboat.
So we have Rick Rude with Paul Lee versus Dusseldorf.
Who the fuck is this guy? Is this
never got a name,
Chip? Dude? Not only did we never get a name, I looked it up. I can't find it. Like, it's not lit. Cage Match didn't even have it.
Cut the fucking music.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, country bumpkin cowards, keep the noise down while I take my robe off and I show you what a real sexy man is supposed to look like. Hit my fucking music. This another 2K17 legend, Rick Rude with the intro.
There he is. There is an enormous sign in the crowd, by the way. I mean, it is so large.
Yes.
It says Rick Rude, lewd, crude, and booed.
And booed goes on forever too. Like, this covers an entire section, this sign. They really did not fuck with this guy.
So Rude just beats the hell out of this guy. We don't know his name.
No.
He's in the all-white gear. Rude hits him with a suplex and then squeezes his ass cheeks.
I mean, just fucking, like, if you're trying to just pelvic thrust with just your ass, that's what he did here. Like, and he was sideways to hard cam, so you just see his cock popping out.
Rude then hits the Rude Awakening and picks up the win, and he is your United States fucking champion.
I love Rick Rude, Jim Ross, because he reminds me of me. You know who else reminds me of me? Steve Austin, if he looked like this.
Hit my fucking music.
I mean, Rick Rude does go on to do stuff with the fucking franchise in ECW.
WCW magazine segment. Eric Bischoff is here with the magazine with the Steiner brothers on the cover.
Yes, dude. And I'm assuming these magazines had to have been doing good business for him, because, like, having a 5-minute dedicated segment just advertising the magazine is heavy.
Dude, magazines were super popular.
So when I was growing up, Attitude Era kind of era, I was definitely getting the WWF ones. I don't know if I ever even saw WCW magazines, and they definitely were still going in, like, 99.
Dude, I would always go to, like, Food Lion or IGA when I was young, and they would have the magazine section.
Yeah.
And my mom would shop, and I would sit there. One, I'm looking for demo discs. Two,
of course,
I'm checking out if they got anything that even resembles something I would like. Most of the time, it was just bullshit, and I would sit there forever and just read through these things.
Just trying to fucking make yourself busy.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Because, like, man, back in the day, people used to shop longer than ever.
Oh my dude, yeah, that's. Well, there was a lot more patience back then.
Shit was fun back then, all right?
Yeah, there was, it wasn't supermarket sweep. That's how it is now.
That's how I wish my mom would have shopped. She's running down to get the ham.
James, get the chips. So yeah, Bischoff goes over this whole magazine thing here. He goes over the rivalry between Sting and the 450-pound Van Vader. They recap Sting winning his match on WCW Worldwide against Dusseldorf. And
whoa, this guy's getting his ass kicked.
he's running the block. Vader hit the ring with a chair, and Sting got on him, hit him with a Stinger Splash, hit Vader with a chair, and Vader launched a referee into the sky. And
I love that.
That was awesome, dude. Vader is so kick-ass.
Yeah.
And Vader no-sold the chair shot. Sting then head up to the top because, he figured he had Vader at least reeling a little. Went for a crossbody. Vader power slams him out of the air, splashes him on the back. JR selling this like Sting just got killed. I love this.
Yeah, dude. I love Vader. He did so much good work here in the early 90s.
I've been super enjoying, like, going back and watching the older stuff because, again, I only know Vader from fucking WWF.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched so much of Vader's shit here on this show over the past 7 years. like it's impossible not to be a huge fan of him.
He's fucking he's like got to be one of the best big guys ever.
Yep.
So then we get to a Vader and Harley Race promo, and Vader says, Sting, look in the eyes of the next heavyweight champion. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun, because Vader has a PhD in pain. It's about world champion thing. Said that world champion thing. All right, Harley, thank you.
La 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 la.
Dude, Vader doing Matt Tremont shit in the back. La la la.
La 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 la. Oh, hell yeah, Harley. Now that would be a gimmick that would get super over today. Is have a guy that sounds like Boomhauer and he talks and says whatever. You look over to him, you go, hell yeah. And you hit him on the back, hell yeah.
So we have a Sting promo here right after the Vader one, and Sting says, so Vader's got a PhD in pain. Oh, first of all, Sting, coolest looking babyface ever. Looks awesome. Very cool. Good promo. I love this guy. That's all I got to say. He says, I don't know where you went to school to learn about pain because I've been around here a lot longer than you, and WCW happens to be the best school of pain. So don't tell me about pain. Just show up and maybe I'll make you understand what pain's all about. I loved it. I love it.
Hey, it's me, Sting. Where the fuck did you get a PhD in pain? That doesn't even make any sense. Fuck you. La la la.
I don't know if you talk about school.
What?
So we go back to Bischoff with the magazine, and he says at times Sting can be lonely at the top, but there's an athlete headed to WCW from Japan that's been watching, and Muda would be there for Sting anytime should the time arise. And I'm like, wow, that's a crazy way to introduce somebody as somebody's like friend and partner. Yeah, my boy here from Japan's been watching. He's gonna come fucking help my boy Sting out.
It instantly puts him in the conversation.
Yeah, it's intriguing. I was like, wow, that's like, usually it's a run-in. Bischoff says, this just in. WCW board of directors are currently reviewing videotape on a vicious attack on Rick Steamboat and the Dangerous Alliance on him. And on WCW, they show it here, WCW Worldwide, Medusa slapped Steamboat. Steamboat slapped her back and then immediately was upset and fucking apologizing and saying, oh, fuck, shit, sorry. Then the Dangerous Alliance whooped his ass. Like, Rick Rude kills him with a chair shot here, man. It is
he does.
Loud. Yeah, like.
Was Steamboat facing Bobby Eaton? I feel like I saw Bobby Eaton out there.
You know what? He was in the Dangerous Alliance. He probably was.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Phased. Rude then rolls Steamboat to the floor, the Dangerous Alliance, and stomp his ass out, and Rude slams him face first into the concrete. Like, they lifted the mats, and he smashed his head into the ground.
They beat his ass.
Steamboat, like, a lot of blood feuds on this guy. This guy pissed a lot of people off.
I mean, he was such a good baby face. You can make anybody with this guy.
Dude, like, this is... I was actually super interested, like, I kind of want to look up more about this angle, because it seems pretty cool. So we're back with Bischoff, and Bischoff says the war of words continues between WCW Executive Vice President K. Allen Fry, and WCW wrestler DDP. DDP was barred from taking part in any on-camera interviews regarding WCW policy, but on the last WCW broadcast, DDP tried to unsuccessfully steal some airtime. So this is, Meltzer said he fucking did not like this angle.
Bischoff says, this just in, Meltzer doesn't like this, so we're dropping it.
We're ixnaying this whole angle. Oh, fuck. So 2 weeks ago on WCW, I'm assuming it was this show, which was just called WCW, DDP interrupted a Steve Austin interview, which, God, 10 years later, if DDP does that, his career, I mean, Austin will run him down for 6 minutes if DDP interrupted him, and then he gets a stunner and wedgied.
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed.
He gets, and then hit by an ATV and a car, and his car gets blown up as well. Very different times. So DDP interrupts and says, I'm barred from doing interviews on the policies of WCW. Who does K. Allen Fry think he is to ban DDP? He says this, doesn't he heard of the Constitution? The First Amendment? He's supposed to be a lawyer. The bottom line is, hold on a second, is where did he get his law degree from? The University of Moscow? Good God. Give me a break. I got something to say. And then he gets interrupted by what I presume is security or some kind of higher up that pulls DDP off the set here. This is interesting. It's super different from anything else on the show, at least.
Yeah. They should drop this.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I mean, I've only just seen this part, but I can't imagine what the payoff is of DDP and Vice President Fry. So Bischoff says K. Allen Fry will have further comments on this next week. That's fucking super exciting. Before we leave.
Oh, boy.
Hooray! Before we leave, this week's fan line question comes from Shannon Barber from New York, who wants to know, Rick Rude, you say negative things about New York, but your manager, Paulie Dangerously, is from New York. How does he feel about your comments? And I thought this was like they're just fucking having somebody write in something. No, they go to a fucking green screen thing. Rick Rude answers this question.
He does.
Live.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
I was like, oh, this is like, what an easy way to serve up any story beat you want.
Right.
So Rude says, a question I would expect from an inner city sweat hog, Shannon, a.k.a. New Yorkers. Well, the bottom line with Paulie is money, and as long as the money keeps rolling in, I keep doing my thing, and I continue to win. What a small thing. That was, like, great.
Yeah, they actually have another fan line question here from Neville Southall from Merseyside, England, and he asks, Al, you have been quoted as saying a good match is the one that draws the most money. By your own very logic, is it fair to say you haven't had a good match in your entire career?
Here's another one, actually, from the Horsecock Express. And he asks, how big is Jimmy Garvin's dick?
All right, so no more fucking questions. Thank you, everybody.
Actually, here's Jimmy Garvin to answer.
And he's, it looks like Marty Jannetty is what I'm doing correct. Thank you for watching WCW Magazine.
Hooray! You can find it on newsstands this week, James, when you're at Food Lion, whenever you want to do that.
Don't dox me. So Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura are ringside here to introduce the featured bout of the evening.
2 out of 3 falls, main event. And JR says this is going to be a regular feature here. So I don't know how long that goes on for. I'm interested to actually look. Maybe I'll go take a look in a minute. But yeah, the 2 out of 3 falls main event. TV title, Z-Man versus Stunning Steve Austin with Paul E. Dangerously.
I love the way that they came to the ring here. Z-Man comes from the hallway to the ring. Steve Austin comes from the hallway to the ring. Steve Austin looks awesome here. He's got the title. He's got the robe. Paul E. Just looks like the complete package.
It's crazy. Again, like I mentioned at the top, Steve Austin here, JR's calling the match, like, and then this is like that combination is pro wrestling to me, but here it's so different. Austin still, I mean, this guy could have been a top guy too, by the way.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like this version. Yeah, like he looks the part. I mean, his gear is nuts, by the way. I'd probably change the trunks, but everything else I thought was cool.
I love the announcer in the ring has the mic wire just going over the top rope.
What else are we gonna do? Put it under?
Tom Zank almost ran right into it.
Tripping, breaking his legs before a 2 out of 3 falls match would have been fucking horrible.
Yeah, so Steve Austin takes off the robes and he's got the most 80s, 90s, whatever
splatter
retro
paint
you can think of trunks of all time. This is like what the inside of a mall looked like when I was young.
Dude, it looks like one of those cups. I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like
it's the retro cups. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, this is like, I swear to God, Taco Bell used to have like seats that looked like this.
Oh my God, I think you're right.
Yeah, like it just looked like that inside Taco Bell. That was back when you can get Taco Bell for cheap, and for some reason everything is $7 now.
The future looks bad. They also say there will be a 1-minute rest period between falls. I thought that was, that just them doing that. Turns out James is right. Definitely ad spot for that, which is fucking brilliant.
We start with a lockup here, and I love the little things that Steve Austin would do here. Like very old school type heel stuff, grabbing Z-Man's hair to bring him to the ropes.
Yes.
And immediately eating crow when it comes time to take the shoulder tackle. Just stuff like that. You know?
He was bumping crazy for Z-Man too.
Z-Man starts spamming quick pins here. And Ventura says you got to wear down your opponent more. But I actually thought it was, there's two sides of the coin of that, like spamming pins does wear your opponent down. Shit is hard
to keep
kicking out and getting up.
For sure, yeah. But I did like that he at least, threw that in there. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's funny because he throws that in when Z-Man does it. Immediately after, Austin does a back suplex and pins him. And Jesse doesn't say shit.
Steve Austin misses with two big lines here, and Z-Man hits a crossbody into a drop kick.
Very nice. He spams drop kicks as fucking Z-Man too, by the way.
Yeah, he does. Little Tommy Zank follows up with one more drop kick, but Steve Austin makes a miss and takes back over with a back elbow. Austin follows up with a gut wrench suplex, but Z-Man fires back with some punches for a 2 count.
I like the gut wrench. That was cool.
Yeah, it was something different for sure. Z-Man rolls Steve Austin up here, but Paulie distracts the ref on the apron. Austin reverses the pin and pulls the tights to pick up the first fall.
Dick! I mean, he pulls the tights too. Like he could have fucking got a 10 count on this sucker. He had that fucking in. And first fall, and we go to commercial. And when we come back, Z-Man's arguing with the ref and Paulie, which leads to Austin jumping him.
Yeah, I love the little water breaks they do too.
Cool visual. Like, yeah.
It's like
Austin,
going to your corner.
Yes, yeah. And fucking, of course, Heyman or Paulie had the big bottle for Austin to drink out of, like, you see at a basketball game.
Yeah, they should have put the hamburger press on his head.
Oh my God! Put the seat down. Then the referee
that would have been funny as shit.
Get out of the ring.
Z-Man and Austin fight on the outside here, and Austin runs Z-Man's shoulder into the post, and that is where the match changes drastically.
Yeah, Austin goes after that arm and shoulder the rest of the shit. He slams against the guardrail and shit. He's really giving it to him.
Yeah, he locks him in. Z-Man is able to get Austin down. He starts targeting the arm himself. They trade back and forth over their arms for a bit.
There's a part here during that JR says, fans, I'd like to encourage you to call the wrestling hotline. The Ross Report has some late breaking information on the dealings within the Dangerous Alliance. And Jesse says, I heard about your hotline, Jim Ross, and I heard you lie through your teeth on there. Is that true? Not a chance. Well, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it and I'm going to find out. Hey, what do you mean not a chance? You're telling me you've never told a fib in your life? I didn't say that.
Z-Man is able to misdirect Steve during an Irish whip, and he hits a Thez press and picks up a quick pin here for the second fall to make it 1-1.
That's a good move. He should, Austin might want to pick that one up, Jim. The Thez press. The Thez press looked good too, by the way. Like, he got up there, and on Z-Man's comeback, you could hear only children chanting Z-Man. It was a super babyface moment. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin misses with a Memphis here on the ropes. He bounces back across the ring.
Oh my God. He fucking Memphises and lands. He finds himself in the middle. That's how far he goes. I said, wow.
Z-Man hits a stiff line here, but runs his shoulder into the buckle after Austin moves, and Austin takes back over.
And Austin does the salt of the earth.
Z-Man fires back with a few drop kicks here, but he runs straight into the stun gun by Austin, and Austin picks up the win.
Again, like the fucking Pillman finish we saw earlier. I don't know if who's helping put this shit together, but I love how they got to this finish. Like, Z-Man's up. He's firing all cylinders. And it's just one thing. He just made one wrong move where he drop kicked and then went for another Thez press. He jumped up there. Austin caught that motherfucker. Stun gun. You're dead, because that is his move.
Jim Ross says that's his favorite maneuver. I like that.
Oh, even better. Signature move, favorite move. I'll take all of these. Dude, great finish. And again, super, they gave the time. It was a title match. It was important. It's a quote unquote mid-card title, right? It's not a world title, but it was important enough that it was the main event of this debut show, and they gave it time. And these, Z-Man did all his shit. He had his shine, and Austin showed he's just smarter. He maybe not better, but he was smarter, and that fucking caught him at the end. I love this finish so much.
Yeah, TV title main eventing on TV is a pretty cool concept.
You would think that would be a really easy concept.
Dude, I feel like every single fucking wrestling show I watched, over my time as a wrestling fan from when it was like being created during my time watching. TV title never main evented.
Why? Like, why is it just, eventually just moved to like more main eventers were on the shows, so like the TV title?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I can only assume. Like TV title was
like the world champion was there or something.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura throw us to the main event for next week's Saturday night.
Oh, yes.
Which is the Freebirds versus Greg Valentine and the Tailor-Made Man for the United States Tag Team titles.
What the fuck is that?
Well, we'll see here in just a minute.
2 out of 3 fall main event next week, and Jesse is playing around with his sunglasses, and he says, "You know what, Ross? How do you look in sunglasses?" And he puts them on him. "Not too good," and he takes them off. That's going to be a phenomenal match. These two teams, both veterans, know what 2 out of 3 falls is. And then we throw it to comments from both teams, so we get a Freebirds promo. Jimmy Garvin is the craziest looking guy ever, man. Like, you're telling me this guy was a womanizer? This fucking Jimmy Garvin.
That's right.
This guy is fucking crazy looking, man. He says, yeah. Next week, 2 out of 3 falls. Let me tell you something, Greg Valentine. And you, Terry Taylor. I said, what?
That's right. Terry Taylor dressed up as Ted DiBiase.
Dude, I had I had to pause and like figure out what was going on. Because I, for a second, thought like just a funny picture popped up on my computer somehow of Terry Taylor dressed as the $1 Million Man. Like, when was DiBiase not already doing this?
I assume he was.
I mean, maybe there's a chance that this gimmick wasn't like a fresh one, right? Maybe $1 Million Man was just kind of the most popular version of it. But like, it is 1-to-1 what the $1 Million Man looks like. It's crazy.
And Greg Valentine looks like Triple H.
Holy fuck! He looks like Triple H in 2K26.
Holy fuck. DX Triple H.
Dude, I sent the picture of fucking Greg Valentine and Terry Taylor in the group chat, and Macho sent a picture of Sean and Triple H from 2K26. I swear to God, it's the same exact picture. Like, it's unbelievable.
That shit is crazy, man.
So yeah, Garvin says the United States titles are going to go around our waist, and then the world titles are next. So the U.S. tag titles and the world tag titles are 2 different belts then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who the fuck has the world one? The Road Warriors or something?
Yeah, probably Steiner Brothers.
Oh, you know what? That's probably not a bad shout at all.
They seemingly had to do this promo a lot because Tailor-Made Man was mouthing Greg Valentine's part of this promo as he was doing it.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you fucking saw that, dude. He was.
He was probably like, please just get this right. Fuck you, I'm the Hammer, goddammit.
I'm Hammer Man, bitch. What are you gonna do?
That's what he should have said in the promo. Tailor-Made Man says, "Hey, I'm Ted DiBiase," and Greg Valentine says, "I'm the Hammer, bitch."
Would have sold some tickets for sure.
Yeah, for real.
Dude, these guys are crazy looking, man. I mean,
I'm the goddamn Hammer. All right, Greg. Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah. So Ted DiBiase says right here next week, 2 out of 3 falls. Freebirds for the U.S. titles. I don't think so. The U.S. champs don't play that. And Greg says 2 out of 3 falls puts us at a disadvantage. How the hell's that? Why are you at a disadvantage?
All right, you don't like that? Well, how about this? I love hammers.
No, we gotta do it again. Fucking shit. Just stick to the lines, Greg. Stick to the lines.
How long is this promo? Good God.
Holy shit. All right, I'll do mine again. All right, hey, next
Greg,
week.
it's fucking 10 seconds. Fuck you.
We've been here for 30 minutes because you won't fucking get it right.
It's time to play the game.
No, that's not your shit.
It's time to play the game. Give me my fucking hammer.
So yeah, they go back to ringside here with JR and Jesse. And JR talks about Jesse joining Tony Schiavone next weekend for WCW Worldwide, which they're also promoting huge. And Jesse says, well, I'm pumped up about it, Jim Ross, because I've said it before. WCW is the future of wrestling, and you're right, you don't look good in shades. JR closes the show, and the loudest music of all time interrupts him, and then we go off the air.
Dude, it's so loud.
Why is it so fucking loud? They just couldn't figure that out yet at a level.
Technology, you
know. Sure. But yeah, but that's WCW Saturday Night, man. Again, super interesting change of pace here from this era of TV shows that we've been watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed it a lot.
No, I liked it too, man. Like it. I don't know what the next. That was the one thing that was also a little different. I mean, they were talking about the next upcoming matches, but they weren't like shilling like the tickets or the next events as much as I thought they would, as compared to WWF and their house shows. But that's other than that, like, I mean, it felt like they were purposely trying to be different than WWF. You know, longer matches, longer promos, this, that, and the other. I did enjoy this show. Well, that is it for WCW Saturday Night, the debut episode, April 4th, 1992. And now it's time for the main event.
Let's read some fucking names. And now it is time for the Patreon shoutout segment.
Oh, yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Put a little guitar there. Woo, woo, woo.
Starting in the $5 tier, Crashy Uzumaki. EDM Life. Yeah. Benjamin Beeler. Matthew Harvey. Lance Manhammer.
Oh, wow. That's a cock. Right?
It's a dick. The Cock Johnson.
No. No, it's not.
Zay Dick Johnson. Yeah.
Wow. That was, honestly, the way your levels there were pretty impressive. I got to give it to you.
Jake, you win gold medal with sideways neck. Ankle time. Pig Greaser Stanklin says, fuck ice. Gets huge pop.
VE fetting.
Rodrigo Viana. Jorge Ortiz. OJ1.
Yeah.
Matt Tremont stole my lunch money at DPW Victory Lap.
You probably deserved it.
The Auto of Janess. Moss. Baxio 870. $10 tier, Balzac. Right. Guy like me is booking the Nasty Boys versus the Hardcore chair swinging freaks in a 60-minute submissions only Iron Man match.
You were like onto something there until you decided to throw it off a cliff. Like they could have probably had a good match together at one point.
Dirty Dutch Mantel's very, very, very dirty mustache.
Oh shit.
Dan Laveau. Brianna. Cool Craig. Good Apollo. Shitty. Michael Carson. Andrew Dean Crounce Betson. I want you to step back from the guacamole dip. I want you to put the chicken fingers down.
I know it's a song reference, but put that chicken finger down is all I can think of.
No. Johnny is shucking down a long, thick, and veiny meatball marinara while James keeps screaming, and our son. In his face, Richard's son. Mateo Neutron in Conceptual Caleb. Dr. Feelgood. Max Ando. The Ghoul Raw Dogging Mr. House. Platinum Chip Style.
What?
That's a Fallout reference, buddy. You know, maybe if you stop watching fucking wrestling so much, you might consume some other media once in your damn life. You ever seen Naruto?
Why don't you come over here and kiss my ass?
I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna kick your ass. Top Shelf Zaza got me feeling like Daniel Puder being presented with a pasta and milk buffet.
I thought about that again last week, just how fucking absurd that whole thing was, the pasta and milk shit.
Dude, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Somehow none of those guys, I guess the Miz became something, huh?
Yep. Sorry we don't all watch as much wrestling.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, like, golly, who the hell's the Miz?
Go watch Uncle Grandpa or whatever the fuck you're talking
Good
about.
Morning. Good morning.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
MTM. Brian Enos.
Sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to laugh at you. You didn't do nothing wrong.
Tater of Tot.
Oh, I love Tater Tot.
Jordan Donnelly. Love the boys. Love the Panthers. Fuck the Eagles.
Well, that's not what the fuck that fucking says.
Oh, I can't see. I can't see what that says. My vision's not very good.
Oh, right. You should
what does it say?
Then. It says fuck the Panthers
Read
and
the whole
fuck
name.
the Eagles.
Read the whole name for me.
Oh, heart the boys. Fuck the Panthers. Fuck the Eagles. Duval. I'm not reading the rest.
Dude, what's that last bit there?
I can't. My glasses aren't fucking really working right now. I can't see that.
Love the boys. Fuck the Panthers. Fuck the Eagles. Duval Chase Richardson. Call her Sloppenheimer the way she drops bomb head. Blue Fox 2001. Hard weighing grandma because she won't put me over.
Leave grandma alone.
Stephen F. Justin. Camden Smith.
Schmith.
David Greason. Give that hoe a pile driver for disrespecting the set. Sitting down for round 2, and the guy across the table says, "Hey man, I'm Chase Richardson."
Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Is that another reference of something I didn't watch?
1, 2. Goldust coming for you. Ooh, 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 got. Ooh.
Dude, Goldust said he was the catalyst for the Attitude Era, which is something we've been saying.
Oh, nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
You look like $1 million today. Got. Alejandro Arts. Terrain. The 2K showcase match for Punk versus Rollins better have a cutscene where Abyss tells Bruce Pritchard they're going to the finish.
Bruce, they're going home. I swear.
Eric Sheldon, Tyler Meyer, Justin Jones, the Moldovan National Deadlock account.
What the hell?
If you put Dustin Rhodes and X-Pac's penises together, you could call them 6'4" and a half.
Okay, buddy.
Get some help.
Get a job.
Ski Gunner, Trap Balboa. Anyone know if it's possible on emulation with ROMs to upload MP3s for custom music for entrances in SmackDown vs. Raw? I cannot figure it out.
I swear there was a question either just like that or very similar last week, and we said we were going to answer it, and we just didn't because nobody fucking said anything about it.
And we're going to do the same thing this week.
Yeah, good luck.
My girl piping in fake moan noises like when Rock piped in Mankind saying, "I quit, I quit, I quit."
She plays it over her phone? Play that one.
Mick, yeah, spaghetti, plural. I was the first person to have a Chase Richardson name, and I feel like I've created a monster I cannot stop. Real Spy Kids 2 shit.
Yeah, there's a good chance you just stole it from a Deadlock Patreon name video, you lying bastard.
Mick, yeah, spaghetti, plural. Keegan, Winnie the Pooh Bear.
Yo, he got no pants on.
Fuck the 4th of July. Yes! That's Winnie the fucking Pooh.
Yeah.
Duncan Walsh. Shorty said she finna bounce on my dinky brat burger style till I chase
Holy fucking
Richardson.
God. Holy fucking shit, man. What? Like, enough.
A guy like me giving chase Richardson. A burning lariat, yeah.
Oh my God, my fucking head's gonna fucking explode.
I think his name should have been Dust Gold, I think.
I can't take it anymore.
Dougie Darko.
That's fine.
Kyle Chalifo.
Thank you, Kyle. God.
Sean McTague.
All right, thank you, Sean.
Grunkle Dan.
Oh, is that the fucking show you were watching, Grunkle Dan?
Good morning. True Quan. Felix. Fuck the Birds. Fuck CZW. And fuck Johnny. Go Lions. And also fuck you, Johnny.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Fuck you, Johnny.
Holy shit, leave fucking Johnny alone. Give Johnny a break.com.
About to hit Johnny with a mother effing bomb into Philadelphia. Yes, all of it. Go
Jesus,
Panthers. Yeah,
not fucking go
pounding.
Panthers. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Baker 94.
Oh, I like Baker.
Call Johnny Dorian Yates Richardson the way he progressively overloads his ass with shit until reaching failure. No cardio needed.
Dude, like, there's there's gotta be a better way. Like, this can't be the rest of my life. The future can't just be bad for me.
Right. Well,
fuck.
Have some news.
Overloading my ass with shit.
Until reaching failure.
Until reaching failure.
You're at RPE 9.5, brother.
Of shit?
Of shit in your ass.
Great.
Slim Faded 23. Jake the Cake Roberts.
Like he likes cake or he's got a big ass?
Ducky McFluff.
Mm.
BCS. Yeah.
Yeah.
$15 tier. Tra. Henry. Jack LaPiana. Lucas Lockey. $120 annual. Hosting the Cell Games in the Impact Zone. Yamcha dies in 6 Sides of Steel.
I almost know what that stuff means.
Holy fuck. We'll get there.
Yeah.
DJ Loftus. Yeah. Graham Riley. And still the champion of the Patreon. $69.95. Sour Smarties thinks Mortal Kombat X still goes crazy with the best guest roster ever.
Whoa.
Is that the one with the horror movie guys in it? I bought that simply for that.
It might have been. Let me see. It was Jason was in that. Predator was Leatherface was in that one. Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is fucking pretty cool. I'm not as experienced with Mortal Kombat 10, but I did hear good things. And you know what? From the reigning, defending Patreon champion, I mean, why would he lie?
Right.
Why would he lie? Round of applause for the champ. Thank you so much, Sour Smarties. Continuing your reign. And thank you all for signing up. Make sure to check us out at patreon.com/deadlockpw because boy, oh boy, shit is going crazy over there. Well, that is it for the Patreon shout-outs, and that is it for our show. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Make sure to join us, as I said, patreon.com/deadlockpw, the best Patreon going, 6,000 plus. Cannot be wrong. Of course, I would always say join us next week for another edition of the pod, but you should join us this week for another edition of the Deadlock Podcast. A double Deadlock week is here. Make sure to check your podcast feed throughout the week. You never know when it's going to drop. A new episode of the Deadlock Podcast comes at you again this week, double Deadlock, and then we'll see you the following Monday, March 9th for another episode of the Deadlock Podcast.